Today, we're going to explore this really fascinating link between a martial artist who was supposedly untouchable and a psychotherapist who totally changed the game when it comes to healing. It's a connection that, believe it or not, reveals this incredibly powerful lesson about how we handle conflict in our own lives.
And, this isn't just some cool idea I came up with. It's actually grounded in academic research. Our whole guide for this is a paper that first drew the line between the Japanese martial art of Aikido and the, frankly, groundbreaking techniques of Ericksonian hypnotherapy.
So, our story kicks off with Morihei Ueshiba. He's the founder of Aikido, and, well, he was a man who had this almost magical ability.
I mean, just picture this scene for a second. An attacker, just full of aggression, is charging right at him. But Ueshiba? He just stands there, totally relaxed. Then, at the very last possible moment, with what looks like zero effort, the attacker just gets sent flying. People who saw it said his body was as soft as silk, and that even these really powerful judo experts couldn't move him an inch unless he let them. It sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? I mean, really, how is that even possible? It seems to defy everything we think we know about force and physics, but the answer isn't about strength. It's about something way, way deeper. The secret, it turns out, starts from within. It's got nothing to do with muscle or speed. It's all about mastering an internal state. And this is what Aikido calls the art of centering. And here's the most important thing to get. Before any physical move ever happens, the master gets into a very specific state of mind and body. It's this deep, unshakable calm that's the foundation for everything else. Seriously, without that internal balance, all the techniques are pretty much useless.
At the very core of this centered state is a concept they call the Hara. In Japanese tradition, this little spot just a few inches below your navel is considered your true center. And not just your center of gravity, but of your energy, your awareness. All real power and movement is supposed to come from this one point.
And this centered state is actually super practical. It means your body is totally relaxed, no wasted tension anywhere. Your breathing is deep, it's coming from your diaphragm. Your awareness just expands. You use what they call soft eyes to take in everything with your peripheral vision instead of just focusing on one thread. It's a state of complete but relaxed readiness.
So you get yourself into this internal state. How do you apply it to the outside world? Well, once you're centered, the next step is what's known as the art of blending.
And this right here, this is the absolute game changer. Instead of meeting an attack with a block, meeting force with more force, the Aikido practitioner actually joins with the energy of the attack. They don't try to stop it, they become part of its flow. So the practitioner just accepts the force that's coming at them, blends their own movement into it, and then just subtly redirects it. And because there's no resistance, the attacker gets completely overextended and off balance. They basically end up throwing themselves.
This skill is actually taught through really simple exercises, like this turning drill. Two people just walk past each other and turn together. The goal isn't complicated at all. It's about building the muscle memory of not resisting. It's about getting a physical feel for moving with someone else's momentum to create harmony instead of a fight.
Okay, so we've got this powerful physical idea of centering and blending. But what in the world does this have to do with psychotherapy? Well, the parallel is pretty stunning.
This is where a guy named Milton Erickson comes in. He's one of the most influential figures in all of modern therapy. And working in a totally different field, decades after Ueshiba, he independently discovered the exact same principle, not for a physical fight, but for psychological healing. Just look at this when you put them side by side. Where Aikido blends with an attacker's energy, Erickson's therapy utilizes a patient's resistance. Where Aikido redirects physical force, Erickson reframes a patient's worldview. Both of them work on this fundamental law that force seeks force, that just pushing back on something only creates more pushback.
And get this, just like the Aikido master, Erickson knew how crucial his own internal state was. He talked about going into a trance to become more receptive, more intuitive, to really see the subtle things going on with his patients. This was his version of that centered state, his way of accessing a deeper awareness before any technique was ever used.
Erickson saw that trying to directly challenge a patient's deeply held and maybe really negative beliefs was just pointless. It's exactly like pushing on a clenched fist. It only makes them clench it harder. He figured out the only way forward was to first accept their reality, their force, and then gently redirect it.
So we've seen this principle pop up in martial arts and in therapy. But what does it mean for us, in our everyday lives? Why is this idea so powerful? The big takeaway is this: whether you're in a tough negotiation at work, a tense argument with someone you love, or even just fighting your own self-doubt, the lesson is the same. Pushing directly against something often just makes it stronger. The more elegant and usually more effective path is to accept that energy, blend with it, and then guide it somewhere better.
And that really leaves us with a question to think about. Think about the areas of resistance in your own life, the arguments, the struggles, the obstacles. What would happen if you just stopped pushing against them? Where in your life could you meet force not with more force, but with flow?